in the Doctor Who celebration. Doctor Who's 50 years old! What did you get him? What did you get him? I got him a Doctor Who book. You've just seen 3 Doctors together on this stage without any kind of, without the Blinovich limitation effect causing us any jip at all. So let's now welcome the current team onto the stage here at the ExCeL. I'd like to introduce 4 people who are on the front line of the programme right now. First, a man who's worked on many TV dramas in the past and in the future. Life on Mars, Heartbeat and Taggart. He's been the producer of Doctor Who for the last 2 years, and he is Marcus Wilson. Next up here is the man who has been thrilling us all since at least 2005. When he brought a certain gas-masked child into our lives, the empty child, and who for the past 4 years has been the show's lead writer and executive producer. Please welcome Mr. Stephen Moffat! Doctor's companion to a new and more enigmatic level. Playing Clara Oswald, she's recently been revealed as the girl who saved the Doctor in all of his incarnations. Please welcome Jenna Coleman! Taking us all on a grand tour of the universe in the past 4 years, breaking rules, breaking hearts, breaking a few Daleks along the way as well. Please welcome the 11th Doctor himself, Matt Smith! All of these people to this room, all of us to this stage here via our various routes. Matt, why is this thing still with us? Why are we all here celebrating this?
Because we're all mental, that's No, I think because it's just wonderfully endearing, isn't it? I mean, stories about a mad old alien who's not bound by logic or time or place or space. And I think there's something forever universal about that, and simple, ultimately, weirdly.
Why do you think it's still here, Jen? It's been here longer than some of us here in this room.
Exactly for the same reason, and I think it's, you can never tire of stories or ideas, you can never tire of seeing somebody else's TARDIS for the first time. And also, I think it's a unique TV show, and it doesn't really put itself to one audience. It's kind of, you can sit with your grandma and watch it, and you can sit with your niece and watch it, and all of you enjoy it on so many different levels.
What do you think the secret of its longevity is, Marcus?
I think it's the love the fans have for it. I think it touches so many people through different ways. I think the popularity of the show just keeps feeding back into the show.
What do you think, Stephen? Is it an affliction of some kind? Is this some kind of huge group therapy session?
Well, you're going on the charm offensive. I think it's certainly outnumbered. Because it's the best thing ever. I mean, it really is. I mean, it is the best thing ever. And I can prove it with a diagram. If you took all other television series, those other shows that are not Doctor Who and therefore not as good, if you took all of them, we could do any of their stories as a subplot in 5 minutes. Hospital dramas, detective dramas, we could do the news if we wanted, we could be a game show, we could do anything. We've done game shows, so it's every other series at once. It makes the rest of television dispensable, which frankly it is.
So Matt, when you first took on this character, all those years ago, what thoughts did you have about what you should bring to it? What you should wear, actually?
Well, at the first audition, I wore a tweed blazer, which I've never since worn, because I look like an idiot. And I wanted him to feel professorial, and I was very intrigued by his alienness in relation to him being around human beings. Which is why I love those episodes with James Corden playing Craig Owens and stuff, because I think when the Doctor is in really human situations, you sort of realise what an alien is. I mean, actually, I'm saying all this with hindsight. When I first started, I was just sort of wide-eyed and a bit nervous, I think, and I didn't know what to do. I used to ask Stephen a lot of questions, and, you know.
And what were those questions? What were the answers?
What are we doing here? I don't know. Is this going to work?
Is it right? I don't know. I remember we sat there watching the 11th hour, sort of going, please don't do this. Please don't do this. Please don't do
We actually didn't say. Everyone else sat in my living room, and we went and stood in the kitchen doorway and peered in.
Yeah, we did.
Is it really on television? Is that all right? Is that a mistake? They're broadcasting that thing we make in the shed. Yeah.
And how long did it take to come up with the look of the 11th Doctor? Were there other kind of sartorial arrangements?
Gosh, there were. It was. I mean, at one point it was all sort of very piratey and much more long-coated, and then the tweed blazer sort of we returned to, and then it was missing something, and I put a bow tie on, and Stephen and Beth and Piers and everyone went, "Oh no, you can't wear a bow tie," and then I came down in it, and they went, "It's all right." and then actually it's a combination of things. It's of it feeling like a good costume, but I think in Stephen's writing, actually he's the one that sort of goes, he'll turn it into something, and then I of course go, there's a fetch, and I go, oh cool, and then he'll blow it up 5 minutes later, or he never lets me have the stuff I like.
And this wasn't in a way the man you were looking for, was it? This an image of Matt Smith or somebody like him, or there is anybody like him, wasn't what you had in mind.
No, I almost certainly thought we were going to go for somebody older, because David in fact was a young doctor, so I thought maybe we should very older. That's what happens when auditions work, is an actor, you don't tell the actor what to do, the actor tells you what you should do. And anyone who saw Matt Smith's first audition as Doctor Who would have cast him. It was that good. It was just, right, well, there it is. That's it, sorted. That's what Doctor Who's going to be now. And we sort of went through the motions, but we could have, I think nowadays I just said, oh, let's just cancel the rest. For heaven's sake, let's just do it. I was nervous because I was new in the role myself, but he was just, it was impeccable.
Can you remember what he did at the audition?
Yeah, I put it on my laptop. Yes, I can. I will send it to you, yes. I might just post it to YouTube for the hell of it. I've never seen it. I think it won't be on my laptop, because that's the laptop when I erased everything, probably lost it. Never mind, but yes, I do have it, and it's wonderful, it's terrific.
And can you describe the qualities that...
Well, it was this young, cool, good-looking bloke. Oh God, I'm actually saying those words. Came in, and you are thinking, well, we're not really going to get. I'm not casting a 27-year-old doctor. And he sat there, and suddenly, inside this very young man was an old boffin, flustering away, and so you're just looking at the doctor because he's simultaneously a young hot bloke and mad old boffin at the same time. You go, that doesn't happen every day, does it? And the fact that he got that, because that's
But it's interesting that you were so young. It didn't become a subject.
I'm only 30,
did it?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you were.
Remember that? That's a while back.
In a way that it when Peter Davison took on the role. There was a surprise about that, wasn't there?
Yeah, I was shocked when Peter Davison took over Doctor Who because he was so young, but I instantly loved him when he turned up. It just became the exciting thing, the fact that we cast a 26-year-old at the time. And everybody, I quite liked that. Everyone said, oh, for God's sake, that's entirely wrong. You must cease and desist and step away. And then, of course, which just meant that everyone was rapturous when they realised that he was brilliant.
And what do you make, Matt, of this idea that's often said about you that somehow there is this kind of ancient quality about you. I've often heard people say, well, you could grow up into William Hart.
Gosh, yeah. Well, I sort of take it as a compliment, I suppose. I mean, it was something that I was intrigued with, because it ultimately, and actually you said this to me, because there was a lot of talk when I was young. That is the next Doctor, in fact. There he is. That I was too young, but as kind of, you would always say, like, well, he's 900, show me an actor that can actually play him. So, you know, I just sort of tried to embrace the old crankiness of him, I suppose, with having a relatively young face at the time.
Okay, well, we're going to take you back now to the very first scene that you filmed as the Doctor, after your regeneration scene. And this is a clip from Time of the Angel. So let's have the clip, please.